didn't mean to start the video. Hey everybody, good morning. Today is my day 1.289. It is February 25th, 2018. I have a little bit of raspiness in my throat. Excuse me. I decided, today's Sunday by the way, and I decided to take one day off of my voice training. That's what I did yesterday, and of course today I've been doing other things, giving myself my shot, and so I guess I haven't really done my voice training yet. And so my plan when I first got up this morning was that I would, start talking this way immediately, and I would talk this way throughout the rest of the day. So I definitely have given myself time to warm up, just not like I'm done, scales or singing singing exercises, but I've been awake long enough now. Oh, and you can feel the phlegm in my throat. I may not have enough tea to get through this, but today was my third injection, and I have my injection box here. Has my Del-Estrogen in it. I've already gotten dust on this. Wow. Syringes. I think these are 20 gauge, and then these are 20. Ooh, these are 25 gauge. So yeah, kind of got the system down now. And I would say that if you are injecting yourself or thinking about it, kind of helps to lay everything out before you start. And that's kind of what I did this morning. Is I laid the Del-Estrogen out. I put the syringe barrel out of the package, and then I put the 2 needles out of their packages. And I like doing it that way because originally I was just using these guys, okay, these like one-shot deals. And it would mean every time I'd give myself a shot, I'd be, I'd have this barrel left over because I don't need it. And it's a waste of plastic. So Megan and Lacey told me about this mail order company, and for $8 I got 100 barrels, and then these were like $6 each for 50, I think, or no, that's 100. So yeah, I mean, I'm set for probably a couple years here, at least plastic and metal wise, and I'm gonna make these puppies last as long as I can. So yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking was, my health insurance company will send me 3 months, okay, a 3-month supply. And because once you pop the bottle, you should only keep it for 30 days, right? Well, screw that. Pardon me. I'm using every liquid in the bottle, and my hope is that I should be able to, this should work out to be 6 months worth, right? If I do it that way. And so while I still have a bottle in reserve, they'll let me redo this prescription, and by the time it takes them to find some, if there's a shortage or whatnot, well, I still have, a month's worth of injections, so, or 2 months worth of injections in reserve. So that's kind of going to be my plan going forward. But that's an individual choice. What they say, again, once you pop the bottle, it's only good for 28 days. So that's what is prescribed. Okay, if you do something different, you're taking your life in your hands, etc., etc., etc. So what's going on today other than my funky voice? And gave myself, like I said, an injection. It went in pretty smooth. I give myself shots in my leg and my thigh muscle. And that 25 gauge just slides in like butter. Once it breaks the dermal layer, I'm assuming our skin kind of goes in pretty easily. Usually I put a video on. This time was Jimmy Kimmel. Pardon me. There we go. Now I'm feeling more warmed up. And so yeah, my focus is on Jimmy or something else, and then I kind of look away and I slide the needle in, and I can just feel it go in, and then I have to hold with one hand. I hold looking for something small. Eyeshadow brush. I have to hold. I look away, so I know I'm in my. I can look over and I steady it with this hand, and then I cram and I push down on that syringe because the estrogen, del-estrogen, is like really, really, really thick, and so it's not the easiest going in. So I'm like, reminds me of the old TNT plungers, you know. So anyway, so for the last, oh boy, I am really high on this voice. And so for the last 20 minutes, there we go. And so for the last 20 minutes, I've just kind of been enjoying the feeling of having that estrogen in my body, and feels good again. So yeah, so do it weekly. Cut my thing. I don't know what that is opposed to tantalizing, Tacoma. But anyway, doesn't matter. So what else is going on here where I'm at? Definitely 32 days until I go and have my surgery, which is cool. Definitely a little bit of anticipation and perhaps a bit of I want time to go by very, very quickly. It's still technically February, but on my little monthly planner, if I open up my planner to, to show the month, like the whole page, it's all March, and so I'm on like one calendar now, and I can look at it and go, okay, 32 days, and all of the things that have to happen between now and then. Speaking of the injections, I can only give myself 2 more injections, and then I have to stop because you can't do your injections. You can't take anything hormone related, or I have been told by my instructions, 2 weeks before your surgery. So I'm only going to stick myself 2 more times, and that's very relieving to me because I don't like needles. But it's kind of like, yeah, this is that's happening. We're on approach, get out the checklist, and I've written up some things that I need to do, and today I'll be cleaning out the spare bedroom. My daughter and I used as a game room for a while for the Xbox, and getting it ready for my mom because she'll be here for I think she'll be here for 4 weeks. But we'll see. So really that's just about it. It's a matter of just waiting. And then yesterday I wanted to look at some things after my surgery, and I don't know how much it's going to cost, okay, to begin with, which probably sounds really weird to you. You'd be like, Karen, how in the hell are you having surgery? You don't know how much it costs. Well, I don't, to be honest with you. And here's why. If this box represented how much it costs to have GCS, okay, I have insurance. And so at some point, this comes in, this $25,000 bill, let's say $25,000. And that is the surgeon, that's the hospital, that's the anesthesiologist, that's sponges, whatever it is, okay, my whole stay encapsulated into this $26,000, $25,000 bill. Or it could be $80,000. I really don't know. That's going to be at the end of March. And I'm going to hit my first tier deductible, which means that up to a certain point, now there's 100 barrels in here, I know there's like 96 now, but let's just assume it's a fresh box. Well, I am only responsible for, a percentage of that at the full price. And then I'm only responsible for the remainder at 10% up till I hit my max out of pocket, which is like $6,800. And so I really have no idea how much it's going to cost. But the hospital stay and the surgeon's fees is going to be at the negotiated rate with my insurance company. And so again, you could go on the internet and say, oh, it's a $26,000 surgery, or it's an $18,000 hospital stay. Well, the insurance company has a deal with the hospital based off of the volume of surgeries that they do. And so on average, an $18,000 surgery may only cost $4,000. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? We really don't know what the real price is because we have insurance. So let's say the negotiated price then is $4,000. Well, half of that, yes, at 100% I pay. Okay, so $2,000 I have to pay. But then the remaining two is only at 10%. Well, 10% of $2,000 is $200, right? So that's $2,200 I have to pay. So here we have this huge 18, 20 some odd thousand, $25,000 surgery, and I'm only going to have to pay $2,200 for. Think about it. I mean, it blows your mind. Knock on wood. Knock on plastic. I'm very thankful. So that's kind of what I mean when I say I don't know what's going to happen. I just have to be prepared. And so part of that is, my hair looks really funky. Part of that is to prepare. And I have prepared for the last 2 years. I have saved money. I have built up my health savings account. I mean, I've done everything I could possibly do. Now I just have to wait for it to happen. And so what I was thinking was a minute ago was what happens afterwards? Well, I have to pay down the surgery, right? But then after that, what happens then? And I've mentioned it before. I'm gonna leave my funky hair up, my Hermione haircut. There's repairs to the house that need to be done. It'd be nice to pay more on my student loans. I mean, increase my 401k. I mean, there's a lot of things. You'd say, oh, you have lots of money, buy clothes and whatnot. Well, possibly, but I have everything I need, But yeah, I've always wanted to learn how to play the drums, for example. So again, it opens up, a lot of what could the future hold. But again, I can't make any direct plans because I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know how long. I have to be prepared to devote all of my money to paying the surgery. Excuse me. But it's kind of fun to think about. I would I'd love to take my daughter to Disney World, for example. I haven't been to Disney World in a long time. And to do it right, yeah, it's going to cost about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Wouldn't that be fun to go do that? Ooh. So again, we just don't know. So it's a bit of a waiting game. I want time to speed up, as well as I want to pay what I owe and pay that down and start to think about other things in the future, I thought about yesterday as I was making my my vegan chili. I don't remember how to cook meat. mean, I cook for my daughter, but you know what I mean? I mean, I used to make pot roasts and everything. I'm going to have to relearn how to cook. But you know, all I've eaten for the last almost a year has been vegetables and fruit. So, you know, lots on the horizon. Lots are going to change. And then you wonder about after surgery, your recovery time, and then maybe meeting someone. I'm reading a book right now I love a romance novel that's got a Viking in it and a druid. And she's in love with him. Um, so yeah, and then there's parts of me that question, will anything change as far as my transition goes after my surgery without the element of testosterone? I won't have the ability, I don't think, to make testosterone on my own anymore. And so here I am, taking all these chemicals to block it, and I won't have to do it. So it's just going to be estrogen. Will that decrease the amount of estrogen that I will be injecting in me? I don't know. So again, there's just so many changes, but I wonder what'll happen, if I didn't have what changes might occur. I'm hoping bigger breasts, but what will happen? And we just don't know. We just don't know. All we can do is proceed. And I read a quote yesterday that said, if you feel like you're going through hell, keep driving. And I thought that was pretty kind of cool. Keep going ahead. Don't stop. So on that note, I guess I better go. My voice sounds terrible, but I haven't practiced it for 2 days, and maybe it's the estrogen today. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of. Alrighty. Well, until next time, I wish everyone good luck. And please be the best version of yourself you can be. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.